Hi guys! So we're going to be moving into volume, which is great because that's actually the grade level standard. Surface area is supposed to be done in 7th grade, but we could all use a review. Volume is the 8th grade standard, and I think it's easier than surface area. The formulas are much less complicated. In general, if you want to find the volume of any three-dimensional shape with straight edges or cylinders, you're going to find the area of the base and multiply by the height. And the reason that makes sense to me, if you look over here, it says cylinder volume, the stacking principle. You can imagine if you took cookies or Pringles or something or cut out circles of paper. It would have the area of pi r squared, right? And if you stacked them up, it would make a three-dimensional shape. Okay, so if we, had like one of those layers and it was 1 unit high, we can multiply by the height to get the full volume of that cylinder. Okay, and furthermore here, this is what they call an oblique cylinder right here. They're the slanty ones. That shouldn't matter. You could picture the cookies kind of slanting in the picture to make one of these oblique cylinders. It would still have the same volume. So if you look here, we use the same formula for the obliques. Okay, the base is a circle, so you have pi r squared, and then multiply by the height. Make sure it's the height and not the slanting height. Okay, as always, we're going to need to make sure that we are using the radius in the formula, not the diameter. So let's give some of these a try. The first one is a can of peas. It has a height of 6 and a radius of 3. Okay, so the volume is going to be pi r squared times the height. I always write the formula because eventually it'll stick in my brain if I write it enough times. 3.14 times the radius squared, so that's 3 to the second power, times the height, which is 6. And guess what? Gems. I'm going to do the exponent before I multiply. So 3 to the second power is 9, because it's 3 times 3. I'm going to bring everything down. Remember, just do one thing at a time. That way you're less likely to get confused, multiply by something twice because you didn't realize you'd already done it. Make a mistake, you can find it if you show all your work. I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3.14 times 9 times 6. And I'm getting 169.56, which is exactly what I was supposed to get. 169.56. Remember that when we find volume, we're filling it with little unit cubes. So it's cubic inches. Inches to the third power, like that. All right, let's do the next one. This time it's peanut butter. Let me get my brown pen. So we've got a nice jar of peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It has a height of 16. When they say a width of 10 centimeters, that's the diameter. That's how wide it is all the way across. So guess what? If the diameter is 10, that means the radius is 10 divided by 2, or 5. Same formula. Volume is pi r squared times the height. 3.14 times the radius is 5 times the height, which is 16. And I'm going to have to square the radius. I'm going to do that first because of gems, just like the last problem. I'm going to bring everything else down and then I'll multiply in a calculator and I'll be done. You got to admit, this is way easier than surface area. Okay, let's do this. 3.14 times 25 times 16, 1,256. Oh, that's what I was supposed to get. Yay! 1,256 centimeters to the third power, cubic centimeters. All right, thanks guys.